Ah, yes. Baruto. A medical personnel from Lee's detective agency. Under Mr. Lee recommendation, Aak is now currently working with Rhodes Island. Before we go into Aak's story, first, let's talk about this Lee's detective agency. Lee's detective agency, or LDA for short, is a private detective agency run by Mr. Lee. They takes investigative cases as a front, while actually accepting just about any type of work as their job. Hung and Waifu are also the operator from LDA, and also recommended by Mr. Lee himself to work in Rhodes Island. Not much known about Mr. Lee, except that he runs the agency, and knows everything about Lungmen's underworld. There's no official statement about how he looks, but there's a theory that the person behind Aak's skin in the background is Mr. Lee. One reason is because it looks like what you expect from a detective office. The other reason is what Waifu mentioned in her profile. She mentioned that the detective office is a dark and messy place. While this is certainly not a dark place because all the lights in this room, this is certainly a messy one. In one of the Kuro blood artworks for Arknights' first anniversary, he draws all operators from LDA, along with another unknown person. This person could be Mr. Lee himself. But just like what I said before, there's no official statement about this. So we'll have to wait until LDA gets another part in the story. Now, back to the friendly fire button man himself. Before joining LDA, he was an underground doctor, operating in Lungmen gray zones. His father was a well-known doctor in Lungmen. But due to a certain incident, he was framed by others for malpractice. After which, his career plummeted, and he disappeared from the public eye. And his son is still waiting for that milk he promised to buy from grocery store. Aak clearly inherited his father's knowledge. Despite his young age, his views towards medicine have already surpassed even some experienced doctors. Although his medical practice is questionable, he is known to tackle rare diseases with his own unique, accurate solutions. Although there tend to be side effects from his medicine. Initially, most of the Rhodes Island operator will show doubt and disgust towards him because of his attitude and radical medical practice. Except for these three persons. The first one is Hung, his colleague from LDA. They see each other as brothers. And Hung is the one who saved Aak from the aftermath of a Lungmen gang war, and then inviting him to LDA. The second is Waifu, another colleague from LDA. Despite Aak's attitude, Waifu believes that Aak is a good person, but will not afraid to smack him when he do any wrongdoing. The third is Warfarin. After learning that the true identity of Mr. Blood was none other than Warfarin, Aak will frequently engage Warfarin in academic discussions. The two unexpectedly get along. Strange laughter can sometimes be heard when these two are discussing. Most operator might still see Aak as an ill-mannered person. But after getting to really know him, everyone will eventually put aside their negativity. Although his medicine can have a lots of side effect, his treatment can be harsh. Always experimenting on a person without asking. And certainly a suspicious doctor. He is a reliable person. Probably. That should be all. Adios.